The Great British Bake Off is one of the most popular shows on TV, but what's it actually like to take part in? Despite the move from BBC One to Channel 4, the show's format and all the behind-the-scenes secrets remain the same. Filmed in Berkshire, the quintessentially British estate of Welford Park on the outskirts of Newbury provides the stunning backdrop for the Bake Off tent. We talked to two former contestants, who spilled the blind baking beans on what millions of viewers never get to see. The tent is not the best environment for cooking. The floor is poorly sprung and the ovens can bounce up and down, says Brendan Lynch, a runner-up in the finals of 2012. It is hard to contend with that. Paul Hollywood, Sandy Tokesvig, Noel Fielding and Prue Leith. There's lots and lots of Victoria Sponge to test the ovens. The technical team bake a Victoria Sponge in each one every day. Liam Dodd, who was the first Asian man to compete in the Bake Off in 2013, told the Birmingham Mail they do that to make sure that all the ovens are working properly and no one can blame a bad bake on a technical malfunction. And on the first day, everyone gets an hour practice run through so they know where everything is. Paul and Prue quiz you, and there's no such thing as leftovers in the Bake Off tent, even with up to a dozen Victoria Sponges being made every day, as well as all the contestants baking. Everything gets eaten by the crew. The cameramen literally stand there with forks in their back pockets, waiting to swoop as soon as filming stops, says Ali, from Saltley. The Great British Bake Off: 3 scrumptious recipes for Caramel Week. The cakes are meant to be taken to a lunch area where everyone can share them, but they don't usually get that far because the crew eat them first. It's a lot busier than it looks on screen. It can look quite peaceful, just a handful of people baking, but what you don't see is that behind the cameras, there are about 50 people rushing around, says Brendan, from Wild Green. It's very emotionally charged. I am not surprised that Baked Alaska Bingate happened when Ian threw his melting ice cream in the bin. Liam Dodd: in the Great British Bake Off, nothing gets put in or taken out of the oven without being filmed. That's the golden rule, reveals Ali, who has opened his own dessert parlor in Birmingham. Every time you wanted to put something in or take something out, you had to hail a producer who would make sure you were being filmed. Waiting for a cake on Great British Bake Off, baking takes up only a third of the time spent in the tent. The rest of the time is spent doing beauty shots of the cakes. The contestants are the judges, reveals Ali. The baking is filmed as you do it by 6 cameras moving around the tent, though if they don't catch something, like you whisking, you might have to do it again. If someone fluffs a line during the judging, they will do retakes. Or if you said something and they didn't quite catch it, they will ask you to say it again. Generally there's quite a natural flow, but on the very first day of filming, we were in the tent for 16 hours. The worst moment is sitting on the stools, waiting for the result of the technical bake. That's so tense, says Ali. We just had to sit there, staring at our bakes, which we didn't always want to if they weren't very good. The contestants all stay in the same upmarket hotel. We were well looked after in a really nice hotel, says Ali. They drive us to the tent in a minibus, for the signature and technical challenges on a Saturday and the showstopper challenge on a Sunday. Logos and stripes are out. The first rule of what to wear: if that you can't wear an obvious logo, or tight stripes that might make the cameras strobe, says Ali. And you have to wear the same outfit on the Sunday as you did on the Saturday, for continuity. Great British Bake Off is on Tuesdays on Channel 4 at 8 p.m.